Good evening, everybody. I think so many are there, 5 of them. Mansi, Nidhi, Veda. Only 3 are there. Rest all? Others are not there? Good evening, good evening. We'll wait for 5 more minutes and then we will begin. Okay? Okay. Good evening. We are here again today. Though I cannot see you, but I feel like talking to you. Isn't it? So we finished chapter number 2 and 3 and today we are in chapter number 4 with ocean structure. मराठीमध्ये यायला आपण सागर तळ रचना असे म्हणतो. सागर तळ रचना म्हणजे सागराच्या आतमध्ये in the ocean what we can call. Now in front of you on my screen, I think my screen is visible to everyone clearly. Isn't it? So on my screen you can see one figure number 4.1 from your text, showing various landforms. So when I put my arrow on this, you can see this is little bit high rise. So it is a mountain. A flat structure, we can call it as plateau. Then more flatter, we call it as plain. And then this is all about the sea, blue water. And all these are the structures inside the sea, in the ocean or in the water. So today we are going to study about the structure of the ocean floor, how the ocean floor is made, what is there in the ocean, सागराच्या आतमध्ये काय आहे हे आपण बघणार आहोत. ह्या धड्यामध्ये बघू काय आहे. Continents and oceans are a part of lithosphere and hydrosphere respectively. आता लिथोस्फिअर म्हणजे खंड ज्याला म्हणतो आपण मराठीमध्ये, हायड्रोस्फिअर म्हणजे महासागर. सो शिलावरण आणि जलावरण. लिथोस्फिअर इन मराठी इट इज कॉल्ड शिलावरण आणि हायड्रोस्फिअर इन मराठी इट इज कॉल्ड जलावरण. हायड्रो मीन्स वॉटर, सो वॉटर मीन्स जल. स्फिअर म्हणजे ते वरचा भाग, ते कवर असलेला त्याला स्फिअर, आणि त्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण आवरण म्हणतो. Continents and oceans lie on plates. During low tide, the level of the ocean water goes down and land below the water near this coast is exposed. Shipwreck when they strike against the rock in the ocean. Now these are the 4 points which is mentioned. की खंड व महासागर म्हणजे त्याला शिलावरण आणि आवरण, जलावरण असे त्यांचे भाग आहेत. They lie on the plates. I think while explaining the interior part of the earth, I told you that all the continents, the 7 continents and the oceans, they lie on the plate. If not, then I will explain you on the whiteboard let me little bit complete here, then I will go back and show you how it is. And then during the low tide, the level of the sea water goes down and the area near the coast is exposed. We must have visited some seashore in Mumbai. Now from past 1.5 years, we are tied at home due to lockdown. 2-1.5 वर्ष जवळजवळ होत आले आपण घरी बसलो आहोत. गेल्या वर्षी मार्च महिन्यापासून आपल्याला कुठे बाहेर जायला भेटलं नसेल. पण एखाद्या वेळेस आपण कुठे मुंबईच्या सागर किनारा पट्ट्यावर आपण गेलं असेल तर आपण बघितलं की ते पाणी जेव्हा मागे जातात तिकडचे सगळं आपल्याला किनारपट्ट्याचे सगळं दिसतात. And then shipwreck when they strike against the rock in the ocean. एखादा खडकांवर एखाद्या समुद्रातील जी खडक असतील दगड असतील मग त्याच्यावर जहाजांना आघात झाल्यावर ते तुटतात. त्याला आपण अपघात होता त्याला म्हणतो असं. So all these things we experience. If the above points are correct, then select the most appropriate option from the following. आता ही जी 4 गोष्ट आपल्याला दिलेली आहे, these are correct, then we have to find out. The surface of the earth is occupied by land and water. That is correct. There is land below the ocean. This is also correct. Even if the water has same level, the land submerged is not even. असमान आहे. And level of water and land is uneven. म्हणजे हा जो 4 भाग दिलेला आपल्या की the surface पृथ्वीचा जो पृष्ठभाग आहे ते जमीन व पाण्याने व्यापली आहेत. It's occupied by land and water, we know. 29% of land and 71% of water. There is a land below the ocean. महासागराच्या तळाशी पण जमीन आहे. Even if the water has same level, the land submerged is not even. पाणी जर समपातळीत असेल राहिले असतील तरी महासागराच्या तळाशी असलेली जमीन असमान आहेत. That is also correct. Now if you look at this picture, here it is somewhere this land, mountain, little small mountain. These are all inside the ocean. हे समुद्राच्या आतमध्ये आहे. मग हे भाग आपल्याला असमान दिसतात. Uneven, isn't it? आणि level of water and land is also uneven. पाणी आणि जमिनीची जी पातळी आहे तेही असमान आहे. That is also not in a proper way. Okay. Now let us see what explanation is given over here. We know that the proportion of water and land is uneven on earth. Around 71% of the surface is covered by water, but there is land even below this water. But like water, it is not at same level. Okay. We know that 70% of the earth is covered by water. All the 5 oceans which are there, Pacific, Atlantic, then Indian, then Arctic and Antarctic. Arctic and Antarctic, these both are at the poles. So one is in North Pole, one is at South Pole. But they are covered with ice. But still we call them as ocean. Water is there. Okay. We classify these various landforms on the earth on basis of altitude. A similar classification can be done for landforms submerged under the water. Now as it is given, on the landforms on the earth, mountain, plateau, plain. Similarly, inside the water also, पाण्याच्या आतमध्ये पण आहे, तिथे पण आपल्याला डोंगर किंवा अशी पठार हे सगळं दिसतंय. We can see mountain over here. We can see a plateau region like. We can see a small ridge, small mountain. We can see very deep also. हे खोलवर दिसतायत. म्हणजे ही जी व्हेरियस लँडफॉर्म्स आहे हे जे असमान उंचीचा प्रदेश हे आपल्याला भूरूप ज्याला म्हणतो, लँडफॉर्म म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये आपण भूरूप असे म्हणतात. हे भूरूपांमध्ये आपण वर्गीकरण करू शकतो. वी कॅन क्लासिफाय दॅम. आणि हीच वर्गीकरण समुद्राच्या तळावर पण असलेली जी भूरूप आहेत त्याची पण केली जाते. दॅट मीन्स दिस क्लासिफिकेशन कॅन बी डन विच इज सबमर्ज्ड अंडर दी वॉटर. सबमर्ज्ड अंडर दी वॉटर म्हणजे पाण्याच्या खाली. पाण्याच्या खाली जे डोंगर असतील किंवा एखादा पठार असतील, सपाट जमीन असतील, अशी वर्गीकरण आपण करू शकतो. I think I'm clear up to here. Any doubt you can ask me, put in the chat box if I have any doubt. Anyone has any doubt? I hope you can understand Marathi words also. Maybe you are from English medium, but Marathi words are there which I speak so that it is easy for you to understand. So if you want, you can note down all the Marathi words in a notebook. You can take a notebook in front of you. Only 2 answers I got, Mansi and Nidhi. Rest nobody are there, I think. Only 2 of them are there. Okay. Given, try to name the landform shown in figure 4.1. What parameters were used for classifying this landform? And what parameters were used for making the landform below the water? आता ही जी दिलेली आहेत, इकडचं नावं लिहायची आपल्याला. We have to write the name. So, how did we classify? कोणते निकष आपण वापरलं? What did we do to find out? बघू आपण काय बघूया. Land submerged below oceanic water is called ocean floor. म्हणजे जलमग्न जी जमीन आहेत पाण्यामध्ये, सागर, त्याला आपण सागर तळ रचना अशी म्हणतो, ओशन फ्लोर. Isn't it? The relief of the ocean floor is decided upon the depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land there. Now, I think if I explain you like that, instead we will have one figure given 4.2. You can see ocean relief. I think my screen is visible to everyone. This is coastal area. So, continental coast. Coast म्हणजे समुद्राचा जर लागतची जमीन असतात त्याला खंड आपण अशी म्हणतो, ते आहेत. किनारा ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, दॅट इज कोस्ट. कोस्ट म्हणजे किनारा. नंतर आला कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ, मराठीमध्ये तुम्ही लिहू शकता भूखंड मंच याला म्हणतो आपण. नंतर आले कॉन्टिनेंटल स्लोप, भूखंड उतार. स्लोप म्हणजे उतार. Isn't it? Mid oceanic ridges, मध्य सागरी पर्वतरांगा. रिज म्हणजे पर्वत. मराईन आयलँड्स, आयलँड म्हणजे बेट ज्याला आपण म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये, सागरी बेट. बेट म्हणजे आयलँड. आयलँड इन श्रीलंका इज अन आयलँड. मराठीमध्ये त्याची शब्द बेट आहे. Isn't it? त्याच्यानंतर आले मराईन डीप म्हणजे खूप खालचा भाग. मराईन ट्रेंचेस अजून खाली. आणि ॲबिसल प्लेन. प्लेन म्हणजे हा जो आहे सपाट जमीन, त्याला आपण सपाट जमीन पण म्हणू शकतो. ऑल दीज आर द थिंग्स वी फाइंड अंडर द ओशन बेड. So this is how the ocean relief is there. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,700 meters. Ocean bed is also uneven like the land on the continent. The ocean floor relief consists of all submerged landforms. Now I will have to use a whiteboard to show you the landform. I will use that whiteboard, and whatever explanation is there, I will just show in the this thing, whiteboard. Now all of you look at the figure I'm drawing. This is our ocean. This is water. Isn't it? As we have seen on figure number 4.1 as well as 4.2. Inside the ocean, due to the earthquake, due to the volcano, there are volcanic eruptions, there are earthquakes, म्हणजे भूकंप आणि हे असतात. त्याच्यामुळे एखाद्या वेळेस अशी डोंगर तयार होतो. कधी कधी पाण्याच्या आतमध्ये असतात आणि काही जे पाण्याच्या बाहेर पण त्याची टोकं येतात. Now, when this comes out of the water, we call it as ridge or island. याला बेट पण आपण म्हणू शकतो, आयलँड आपण म्हणतो मराठी इंग्लिश मध्ये. आयलँड म्हणजे दॅट इज कवर्ड बाय वॉटर फ्रॉम ऑल दी साइड्स. म्हणजे हा एक उदाहरण आहे समुद्राच्या आतमध्ये. दुसरं असते समुद्राच्या आतमध्ये खालचा डीप, त्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये गर्त म्हणतो. अशी एकदम खालचा भाग असतो, व्हेरी डीप पार्ट, द डीपेस्ट पार्ट इन द ओशन, तो गर्त, सागरी गर्त. प्लेन, प्लेन म्हणजे सपाट जमीन किंवा आपण त्याला मैदान म्हणू शकते. मीन्स whatever water is there, inside there is land. On that land the water is there, isn't it? And therefore we find these kind of structures formed under the ocean. म्हणजे अशी प्रकारची आपल्याला जी बेट आहेत किंवा गर्त आहेत किंवा मैदानी भाग आहे, हे सगळं पण आहे. आता आपल्या 4.2 च्या आकृतीमध्ये आपण बघितलं की किनारापासून जी पहिला जो आहे त्याला आपण भूखंड मंच असे म्हणतो. मीन्स हा किनारा आहे, इथे असेल तो भूखंड मंच, कॉन्टिनेंटल स्लोप. आणि हा असतो भूखंड उतार. उतार म्हणजे खाली खाली उतरत जातात. when we see it is very deep, little bit going deeper inside. म्हणजे असं जी आहे, this is the structure of the ocean floor. त्याच्यामध्ये लपलेले डोंगर पण असतात आणि काही डोंगराचा भाग बाहेर पण येतो, त्याला आपण आयलँड म्हणतात. आणि एखाद्या वेळेस एखादा जहाज असेल, जसं आपण बघितलं, एखादा जहाज असेल, त्याला इथे दिसलं नसेल की ते डोंगर आहे आतमध्ये आणि ते जहाजचा त्याच्या अपघात पण होऊ शकते. सो ए शिप कॅन बी wrecked, ship can be cause damage by the rocks, by the mountains inside the water, if the captain do not understand that there is something heavy inside the water, and unfortunately there can be an accident. So all these are the structures we find inside the ocean. I think I'm clear. Now when we talk about, I was talking about the formation of the earth. I told you when the earth was formed, this is not my big very good circle I have drawn, but a circle, like, because earth is flat at the pole and slightly bulged at the equator, isn't it? So when the earth was formed, and slowly it says it was cooled, it has cooled down. It took millions of years to cool down. And after cooling, whatever water vapor that was there in the atmosphere, that the theory says, Charles Darwin theory says, that turned out to be the water and that formed the ocean. Again, ocean, on the land there were rainfall, and that rainfall which went into these water bodies, and huge oceans were formed, and only then 29% land. That is what we see. This is North America, this is South America, here this is Europe, this is Africa, we have Asia, we have India and Australia. These are the 7 continents which are formed. isn't it? So this is how the continents are formed. These are the land. And again, they were joined together. All these were joined together. It was in a jigsaw fit puzzle. ते आपले असतात ना, आपण खेळतो ते खाच्यामध्ये टाकायचं, तो गेम असतात, असेच होता. आणि भूकंप, because of this horizontal and vertical movements inside the earth, आपण गेल्या वेळेस केलं होतं की अशी वर्टिकल आणि हॉरिझॉन्टल मुवमेंट असतात. हेच हॉरिझॉन्टल आणि वर्टिकल मुवमेंट मध्ये नॉर्थ आणि साऊथ अमेरिका दे मूव्ह टुवर्ड दी वेस्ट, ते पश्चिम देश झाले. ऑस्ट्रेलिया खूप लांब गेला, इंडिया इथे राहिला, इंडिया इज हियर. दिस इज एशिया, युरोप, Africa drifted toward the south, and this is what we call that Gulf of Arabia. This is what is Mediterranean Sea. So in this way, the continents were formed, and then we know the oceans. We had Pacific Ocean this side, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean at the North Pole, Antarctic at the South Pole. Here this is Atlantic Ocean, and here we have Indian Ocean. So these are how the formation of the continents took place. This is the ocean bed, and on the ocean bed these kind of structures have been formed due to the vertical and horizontal movement that taking place inside the earth crust. म्हणजे पृथ्वीच्या आतमध्ये आपल्या खूप गरम आहेत. लास्ट लेसन सेकंड लेसन मध्ये आपण बघितलं होतं की जो आतला कोर आहे, कोर मध्ये खूप जास्त गरम आहे, त्याच्यामुळे ही वर्टिकल आणि हॉरिझॉन्टल मुवमेंट्स होतात. ते भूकंप आणि ज्वालामुखी ज्याला म्हणतो ते फुटतात आणि त्याच्यातून असे कॉन्टिनेंट्स तयार झालेले आहेत. मीन्स द कॉन्टिनेंट्स आर फॉर्म अँड नॉट ओनली कॉन्टिनेंट्स, these the structure which we saw on figure number 4.2 inside the earth, inside the water, that is also formed. I think I'm clear up to here, everyone, those who are present. Okay, change. How to change? Change. निकाल कैसे करने का रहता है? Okay. Then. So I think I made it clear with the diagram how these ocean landforms have taken place. You can put in the chat box if you have any doubt. Any doubt, anyone? I think only Mansi is there and Nidhi is there, nobody else. Others don't speak only. Okay, very good. Again, I want to tell you that if there is a disruption sometimes in the network and all, I may take 2 to 3 minutes to start again. Okay, now let us come. The first is continental shelf. ह्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये भूखंड मंच असे म्हणतो. कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ यू कॅन सी इट इज व्हेरी नियर टू द कॉन्टिनेंट. खंडाचा जवळ आहे, कोस्ट किनाराचा जवळ. This is the shallowest part of the level ocean bed. It is called submerged coastland. Slope is very gentle. हा पाण्याचा खाली असतो पण खूप जवळ आहे, जास्त उतार नसते याची, जास्ती खोल नसते, याला खोल नसतात. What we can call in Marathi. Extent of the shelf is not uniform. It is narrow along the coast for some continent, while it is broad for hundreds of kilometers at others. Its depth is about 200 meters below the sea level. म्हणजे समुद्रपट्टीपासून ते 200 मीटर खालीपर्यंत एवढंच असते त्याची उतार. त्याची खोल जे म्हणतो आपण, ती डेप्थ त्याला म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये. इंग्लिशमध्ये डेप्थ म्हणतात, मराठीमध्ये खोल म्हणतात. ते 200 मीटर पर्यंत असतात. नाउ दिस पार्ट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. हा जो भाग आहे भूखंड मंच ज्याला म्हणतो आपण मराठीमध्ये, it is very very important. And now why? Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf. As this part is shallow, sunlight reaches its beds Algae, plankton, etc. grows here. This is food for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil, and various minerals can be obtained from mining from this part. For example, Mumbai High, located on continental shelf of Arabian Sea, source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas. हा जो भाग आहे भूखंडमंच 200 मीटर खोल असतात आणि त्याच्या पुढे काय असतो फिशिंग ग्राउंड याने मासेमारी ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो. तो विस्तृत जी आहे मासेमारी या भागात होत असते. वाय? बिकॉज ऑफ दी लो डेप्थ म्हणजे याची खोल कमी असल्याने ती सूर्याची जी रोशनी आहे किरणे आहेत ते तिथपर्यंत पोहोचतात आणि जे प्लॅन्क्टॉन्स आपण म्हणतो किंवा शेवाळ ज्याला म्हणतो आपण हे सगळं माशांचा आहार असतात. दे आर द फूड फॉर द फिश and therefore lot of fish come at this area and therefore these are the biggest fishing grounds. आपल्या मुंबईला आहे, then Dogger Bank आहे next to Atlantic Ocean. In Atlantic, Dogger Bank, Grand Bank, all these are the great fishing ground in the world where fishing activity is carried on. Next is continental slope. भूखंड उतार. स्लोप म्हणजे उतार. After the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of the bed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. The depth of the slope is 200 to 3600 meters. In some places it is more. Continental slope is narrow. Lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of continent. हा जो भाग आहे भूखंड उतार, that is the end of the continent. इथून समुद्राचा हे भाग चालू होतात. म्हणून हा महत्वाचा भाग आहे. अजून 200 ते 3600 मीटर खोल असतात. Isn't it? It is very narrow. काही ठिकाणी खूप कमी असतात, त्यापेक्षा अधिक असतात. Isn't it? विस्तार पण कमी असते उताराचा. So this is continental slope. Next is abyssal plain. सागरी मैदान मराठीमध्ये याला आपण मैदानी भाग म्हणतो. Beyond the slope lies the abyssal plain, which is flat part of the seabed. The plain consists of various submerged landforms like hills and plateaus. आता हे बघा abyssal plain 2 ते 4000 मीटर deep. We can see mountains can be seen over here, flat plain is there, plateau is there. So all these can be seen in this abyssal plain part. Mountain ranges and plateaus. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hill or mountain. Submerged म्हणजे पाण्याखाली, जलमग्न मराठीमध्ये. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. So you can see they are quite long, quite wide also. You can see some hills over here, small. I'm putting my arrow. Peaks of some of the hills are above sea level. They are visible to us Marine Island, Iceland in Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Bay of Bengal are some of the examples. So, अंदमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, बेट जे आहेत, हिंदी में द्वीप समूह कहते हैं, मराठी मध्ये बेट म्हणतात आयलँडला. अंदमान निकोबार, आइसलँड हे सगळं जे आहेत, these are all submerged mountain peaks. The summit of this marine island are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateaus. For instance, Chagos Plateau in Indian Ocean. काही वेळास असे पण रिजेस असतात, काही असे फ्लॅट असतात, त्याला आपण प्लॅट्यू म्हणतो. पठार मराठीमध्ये पठार असे म्हणले जातात. Isn't it? Then marine deeps and marine trenches. Deep खोलचा भाग. ट्रेंच मराठीमध्ये गर्त. आय थिंक all of you understood till here. Are you understanding in Marathi? Mansi and Nidhi, only two are there answering. Okay. Are you comfortable with the Marathi words, my dear children? Okay. Have you heard all these Marathi words earlier? हा मराठी शब्द कधी ऐकला का तुम्ही अगोदर? No. Very good. Okay, okay. First time hearing. Very good. So you must know in both the language, in Marathi as well as in English, though you are from English medium. Isn't it? It is good to learn certain languages. Okay, I will continue with the topic. On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow and steep. You can see very deep they are. जास्त खोल दिसतात आपल्यालाही. अरुंद ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, तीव्र उतार असे म्हणले जातात. Isn't it? मराठीमध्ये. They are called marine deep or trenches. त्याला आपण सागरी गर्त असे म्हणतो किंवा सागरी डोह असे म्हटले जातात. मराठीमध्ये डीप किंवा गर्त असे म्हणतात. Generally, the shallower ones are called marine deep, while deeper ones are extending from longer distance are called trenches. म्हणजे थोडीशी कमी खोल असेल त्याला आपण डीप म्हणतो आणि जास्त खोल असेल त्याला आपण ट्रेंच असे म्हणतात. The trenches are thousands of meters deep from the sea level. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is around 11,034 meters. मरियाना ट्रेंच जी आहे जपानला आहे, पॅसिफिक ओशन मध्ये जपानच्या बाजूला आहे. नियरिंग जपान इट इज मरियाना ट्रेंच. सो इट इज द डीपेस्ट ट्रेंच इन द वर्ल्ड. म्हणजे एवढी मोठी गर्थ नाहीये. 11,034 मीटर खोल अशी ती गर्त आहे. गर्त म्हणजे गड्ढे ज्याला म्हणतो आपण साध्या भाषामध्ये. हिंदी में हम गड्ढा कहते हैं. खड्डे आपण म्हणतो. खड्डे असतात किती खोल असतात. आपण बोरिंग साठी वापरतो. 50 मीटर 60 मीटर डीप. तेच ते गड्ढे किंवा जे खड्डे असतात ना त्याला गर्त म्हणतात मराठीमध्ये. पण हा जो एक जिओग्राफिकल लँग्वेज आहे की त्याला ट्रेंच आपण इंग्लिशमध्ये म्हटले जातात आणि मराठीमध्ये त्याला आपण गर्त म्हणतो. इवन हिंदी ऑल्सो इट इज कॉल्ड गर्त. हिंदीमध्ये पण ते गर्तच म्हणले जातात. So mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geologically the most active areas of ocean bed in the world. म्हणजे हा जो मिड ओशनिक हिल्स आहे, रिजेस आणि हा जो ट्रेंचेस आहे, they are the active regions for volcano and earthquake. So these areas are quake prone areas. Volcanic eruptions take place in the ocean that give rise to tsunamis. So you know that in Japan, that Fujiyama active volcano. Italy, Mount Etna is an active volcano. These are all the mountains, isn't it? And similarly, in the trenches area, there are also active volcanoes are there. Active volcano. जशी volcano आपल्या ह्याच्यावर दिसतात जमिनीवर, तशीच volcanic eruption समुद्रामध्ये पण होतात. आणि हे जी आहे ती फॉर्म झालेली आहे ते कदाचित वोल्कॅनो इरप्शन मध्येच झालेली असतील. अशी जी आपल्याला लँडफॉर्म दिसत आहेत, एखादा डोंगर किंवा अशी पठार, हे सगळं इट मस्ट बी बिकॉज ऑफ द वोल्कॅनिक इरप्शन. So active areas of these volcanic eruptions takes place in these trenches or in the submarine ridges. The marine bed at the deep part of the world in the respective region. Hence, various deposits are found in these parts. The deposits are as follows: pebble, clay, soil, etc. brought by river, glaciers from the mountains. The deposition occurs mainly on the continental shelf and they are called marine deposits. Now, what is marine deposition? याला मराठीमध्ये आपण सागरी संचयन असे म्हणतात. तर संचय म्हणजे काय? डिपॉझिट. संचय म्हणजे डिपॉझिट. So what the river brings and deposits, that is marine deposit. Marine म्हणजे water, and therefore the deposition takes place in the river. Again, I will use my whiteboard to show you how this depositions takes place. Whiteboard. Now, just you can see my screen, my whiteboard is there. Suppose this is a mountain. And all of us know that a river rises from a mountain. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की नद्याचा उद्गम डोंगरातून होतात. Now, when the river rises from a mountain, when it falls, it brings along with it all the things that it gets on its way. त्याच्या रस्त्यामध्ये जेवढे त्याला भेटतात, खडक असेल, दगड असेल, माती असेल, एखाद्या वेळेस झाड असेल. आता एका पूर येतात जेव्हा आपण बघतो, फ्लड येतात. फ्लड आलं की सगळ्या पाण्यामध्ये वाहून जातात. त्याच्यामध्ये जनावर पण असतात, कदाचित कधी माणसं पण असतात वाहून गेलेले. त्याच्यावर खडक, माती सगळं असतात आणि झाडं पण असतात. And therefore, when a river comes down, it carries all the materials like pebbles, like clay, लहान मोठे आकारांचे दगडगोटे ज्याला म्हणतो, वाळू म्हणतो, मातीचे सूक्ष्म कण म्हणतात, हे सगळं नदी आपल्यासोबत वाहून आणतात. त्याच्या रस्त्यावर त्याला जे भेटलं ते येतात, कारण डोंगरावरून येताना त्याची जी फ्लो असते खूप स्विफ्ट असतात, फास्ट असतात, आणि त्याच्यावर हे लोड असतो. And when it comes down to a plain area, वाहून येतात. आता प्लेन एरियावर आल्यावर त्याच्याकडे ओझं खूप जास्त होऊन जाते, लॉट ऑफ लगेज. ते माती, ते खडक, ते माणसांची अवशेष, जनावरांचे अवशेष, वनस्पतींचा अवशेष, हे सगळं असतात त्याच्यासोबत. So while it coming down, it carries stone, pebbles, remnants of animals, trees, whatever. And by the time it comes to a plain area, the load becomes very heavy. मग काय होतात, पाणी असे पसरतात इथे, त्या पाण्यावर ते माती पण पसरतात, आणि ते फायनर पार्टिकल्स जे असतात ना, ती नदी घेऊन समुद्राच्या तोंडावर इथे जमा करतात. ऑल डिपॉझिशन, हे सगळं माती. आणि ही क्रम वर्षानुवर्ष चालू असते. बिकॉज रिव्हर डज नॉट स्टॉप फ्लोईंग. नदी काय वाहतच राहते. त्याच्यासोबत जे येतात ते सगळं आणून डिपॉझिट, अँड दॅट इज कॉल्ड मराईन डिपॉझिशन. त्याला आपण म्हणतो सागरी संचयन. आय थिंक आय एम क्लिअर विथ द टॉपिक. व्हॉट इज मराईन डिपॉझिशन? द रिव्हर विच कम्स फ्रॉम ए माउंटेन, इट ब्रिंग्स व्हॉट एव्हर इट गेट्स ऑन इट्स वे. आपल्यासोबत सगळं घेऊन येतो जेवढं त्याच्याकडे असतात, आणि ते ओझं जास्त झालं की ती फायनर पार्टिकल्स ते that is deposited at the mouth of the river, and that is called sediments, or that is what we call marine deposition. So I think I'm clear with the topic. Remove whiteboard. Thank you. Lava and ash erupting out of volcanic eruption is also found here. Fine soil particles are deposited on larger scale. Remains of marine plants and animals are mixed in this deposit. This mixture is made up of fine particles and lies in the form of fine clay. Now, if you remember, you have learnt in 7th standard geography, chapter number 7, soil. सातवीचा भूगोल तुम्ही जेव्हा गेल्या वर्षी तुम्ही वाचला असाल तेव्हा त्याच्यामध्ये एक 7व्या नंबरचा धडा होता, सॉइल म्हणजे माती. अँड देर वॉज वन इन दॅट ह्युमस. Must have heard the word humus. So that is humus. What humus? Which I have shown. The river brings all the metal, stones, pebbles, clay, remnants of plants and animals. All that get mixed together. ते मिश्रण होतात आणि ती माती काळी रंगाची खूप सुपीक ज्याला म्हणतो आपण मराठीमध्ये अशी असतात. सुपीक. त्याच्यामध्ये पीक खूप चांगले होतात. ह्युमस. This is around 30% of the deposit. These are called marine oozes. मग ही जी आहेत लावा or the ash, isn't it? ज्वालामुखीचे उद्रेकातून जी बाहेर पडलेली राख असतात आणि अतिसूक्ष्म मातीचे कण, त्याच्यामध्ये वनस्पती आणि प्राणींचे अवशेष हे मिसळलेले असतात. हे जे माती असतात ते चिखलाच्या स्वरूपात आपल्याला भेटतो. चिखल, ह्युमस. आणि त्यालाच आपण सागरी निक्षेप असे म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये. मराईन ooze, that is called in English. To understand the forms of the marine life in the ocean, availability of marine on the ocean bed, these deposits are very important. So you can see marine deposit, isn't it? Then you can see marine sediments. So this is the fine particles of clay, mud, and anthropogenic deposits. So what is all these remnants of जे अवशेष असतात ना, मानव निर्मित घटकांचे संचयन. So all these are the things we find inside the ocean. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to deposition of layer over layers of sediments and pressure of seawater. Besides, some human-induced material are also found. These include sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemical, plastic. मानव निर्मित अवशेष ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, घटक. What are those मानव निर्मित? What we आपण घाण पाणी सोडतो, सिवेज, गटाराचं पाणी. सॉलिड वेस्ट असतात. रेडिओ ऍक्टिव्ह मटेरियल पण आपण त्याच्यामध्ये किरणोत्सर्गी पदार्थ ज्याला म्हणतो आपण. देन टाकाऊ रसायन, वेस्ट केमिकल, प्लास्टिक. These also we put in the ocean water. These waste prove hazardous to hydrosphere. Materials are extremely harmful to marine life and its environment. Though the polluting components are less, their nuisance value is more. हे ज्या तिसरा जो घटक आहे ना, these are all pollutants. याच्याने आपण काय करतो, ते समुद्राच्या पाण्याला प्रदूषित करतो. We pollute the sea water by putting all the chemical or the plastic or radioactive material, all this. So in this way, these are the things that we find inside the sea. All of you are clear up to here? Marine deposits? Any doubt? Shall I proceed further? Okay. Now some given. Always remember. Elevation or depth of any place is measured from sea level. Average of the highest high tide and the lowest tide are considered as sea level. Averages taken to zero and altitude or depth are measured and shown in positive or negative values. Example, Mount Everest is 8,840 meters high, so above, whereas Mariana Trench is minus 11,034 meters. So you can see Mount Everest showing with pink, whereas Mariana Trench is showing with blue because it is going down. So when it is going down, it is negative value. When it is rising up, it has positive value. Okay. Deposition of many materials coming from land keeps occurring in the sea and oceans. You can see. This is in the form of natural deposit or sediments, but man disposes unwanted material in the sea. This poses a hazard to the ocean bed and the seawater. Also, it is harmful to human life, marine life. So we must keep in mind that the biodiversity found in sea and ocean is higher than that of the land. Now, what is biodiversity? म्हणजे आपल्या पाण्यामध्ये जी सजीव जीवसृष्टी आहे, सजीव ज्याला म्हणतो आपण, what we can say, living things. So algae, then different types of algae are there. Polyps are there in the sea water. Then marine plants are there. Fishes are there. मासे जे आहेत वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारची मासे आहेत. ते खूप छोट्यापासून ते मोठ्या वेल पर्यंत, जायंट वेल पर्यंत. शार्क आहे, वेल आहे. म्हणजे वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारची मासे आहेत. ऑल दीज यांना नुकसान होतात जेव्हा आपण प्लास्टिक किंवा रेडिओ मटेरियल पाण्यामध्ये सोडतो किंवा वेस्ट when we put in the water, in the sea water. So that affects the marine life. ते मास्यांना, त्या algae असेल त्यांना, ते शेवाळ आहेत त्यांना नुकसान होतात. म्हणजे we just what we do, we pollute the sea water. So it is always advisable that we should not put the waste thing, we should not pollute the sea, we should not pollute the ocean, because after all there is a life, and we know according to Charles Darwin theory the life on the earth evolved from the water. असे म्हणले जातात ना, जे पृथ्वीवर सजीव सृष्टी जी आलेली आहे ते पाण्यातून आलेली आहे. Single cell amoeba was there. From that amoeba multiple cellular animals were formed. It is a part of science. So multiple cellular animals are formed in the water, and from that the animals came into the land. See, we call them as terrestrial animal. From that terrestrial animal, the lighter ones, they began flying high in the air. We call them as aerial. So birds are all aerial because they fly, isn't it? So जी जीवसृष्टी आहे ती पाण्यातून आलेली आहे, आणि म्हणून आपले असे म्हटले जातात की आपण ते पाण्याला प्रदूषित करू नये. We should not pollute the water. We must take care of the oceans. Okay. Now I think you can see while studying the ocean floor, keep in mind the age of the ocean bed. You can see all this in the picture, in the chart. By studying the deposit of the ocean, it is occurred to the scientists that the deposit of the ocean are not older than 200 million. The maximum age of the rocks on the continent is supposed to be 3,200 million years. Then where have the deposit of the seabed older than 200 million gone? This made the scientists restless. Then they started the study of rocks along with the deposit. This made them realize that rocks are not older than 200 million years. Inferred that the ocean floor is very young as compared to the Earth's surface. Isn't it? So, in the bed of the ocean, whatever the rocks are there, they are 200 million years old, whereas on the land, they are 3,200 millions old. Isn't it? So, in this way, we have learned about the tectonic plates. Last time I told you, and this is how the marine land has been formed. I think I'm going to put you some questions. Are you ready to answer? Okay, my first question is, what is ocean floor? Mansi? Mansi, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what is ocean floor?
Land submerged below oceanic water. It's called the ocean floor.
Okay, Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am. Land sub land submerged below oceanic water is called a ocean floor.
Okay, have you understood the lesson? Only two of them are there, or any other there? Want to answer the answer? 5 students are there. Anyone else want to answer what is ocean floor? Give the answer. Anybody else want to answer me? अजून कोणाला उत्तर द्यायचे आहेत? Nobody. What is the average depth of the ocean?
Miss, can I, Mansi?
Yes, yes. Only you two
The
are there. Huh?
the average depth of the ocean is around 3,700 meters.
Okay. Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. The average depth of the oceans is around
Huh?
3,700 meters.
Okay, very good. Now I'm showing the picture over here, figure number 4.2. Just look at the figure and whatever question I ask you, you have to give the answer. Okay? Which is the deepest part of the ocean?
Teacher, can I?
Yes?
The Marina Trench.
Marine trench, not marina. Marine trench.
Marine Trench.
Yeah, I'm not asked to the question answer. Means I've asked which is the deepest part. Okay, deepest part of the ocean. Yes, Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Marine trench.
Marine trenches. Okay? Okay. Okay, tell me something about the continental shelf. What is continental shelf, Mansi?
The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called continental shelf.
Okay. Yes, Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Say.
The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called continental shelf. This is shortest part of the ocean bed. It is also known as submerged coastland. Its slope is gentle.
Okay, very good. Now, why is continental shelf very important from the point of view of human? Why? Mansi?
Yes, teacher. The continental shelf is very important from the point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf. As this part is
Shallow. Hmm.
shallow, the sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton, etc. grow here. This is food for fish, natural gas, mineral oil, and various minerals can be obtained by mining the continental shelf.
Okay.
So,
Yes, Nidhi.
example
Okay, continue, Mansi.
for example, Mumbai High located on the continental shelf of the Arabian Sea. It is a source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas.
Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. The continental shelf is very important from the point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in a continental shelf. As this part is shallow, the sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton,
Etc.
etc. here. This is food for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil, and various minerals can be obtained by mining the continental shelf. For example, Mumbai High, located on the continental shelf of Arabian Sea, it is source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas.
Okay, very good. Now, what is the depth of continental slope, Mansi?
Yes, teacher. The depth of the slope is from 200 meter to 3,600 meters.
Okay, Mansi. Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am. The depth of the slope is from 200 meters to 3,600 meters.
Okay, very good. What is the flat part of the ocean bed called? Mansi?
Yes, teacher. Beyond the continental slope lie the
Abyssal?
abyssal plains, which are the flat part of the seabed.
Okay. Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Yes?
Along the continental slope lies the absence plain, plains, uh, which are the flat part of the seabed.
Okay, very good. Very good. Which is the deepest trench in the world? Nidhi? Deepest trench in the world?
Ma'am, where is it?
I'm putting my arrow.
Teacher, can I tell?
Yes, Mansi?
The Mariana.
Mariana.
Mariana
Mariana
Trenches.
Trench. What is the depth of the Mariana Trench?
It is around
Yes.
yes,
Yeah, I'm putting my arrow.
110.
11,034 meters. My dear, it is 11,034 meters. Read, Mansi.
Yes, it is around 11,034 meters.
Ah. Yes, Nidhi, which is the deepest trench in the world? Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. The
Ah.
Mariana Beds are the deep part of the world in respective regions.
What is the depth of the Mariana Trench?
Its depth is 11,000.
34 meters. Very good. Very good. Next. Name some oceanic islands. Oceanic islands are mentioned in the paragraph.
Yes, teacher.
Hmm.
Iceland in the Antarctica Ocean, Andaman
Atlantic.
and
Atlantic Ocean.
Atlant- Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal.
Okay. Yes, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am.
Give the answer. Names of oceanic island.
Iceland in the Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal are examples.
Okay. Very good. One oceanic plateau. Mansi. One oceanic plateau.
Uh, Chagos
Chagos Plateau. Where it is? Which ocean?
in the Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean. Nidhi. Oceanic plateau.
Chagos Plateau in the Indian Ocean.
Very good. Very good. What are the types of deposits we find as marine deposition? Yes, Mansi.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
What are the types of deposits found in the marine deposition? There are 3 points given.
Pebbles,
Ah,
clays,
soil,
hot, hot rivers, series,
glaciers, glaciers.
glaciers, etc. from the continents.
Hmm.
Then
These
the
depositions
deposition,
occur.
this, uh, these depositions occur mainly on the continental shelf. These are called marine deposits.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Okay. Nidhi, second one, lava and ash. Read that, Nidhi.
Yes, ma'am. Lava and ash
Erupting.
erupting
Huh.
out out of volcanic eruptions is also found here. Fine salt particles are deposited on a large scale, remain of Mariana plants and animals and mix in these deposits. This mixture is made up of fine particles and lies in a form of fine clay. This is around 30% of deposits. These are called Mariana ozes. To understand the form of the Mariana life in the ocean and ability of minerals on ocean bed, these deposits
Very important.
are very important. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to deposit
Depositing of the layers.
of layers over layers of the sediments and the pressure of seawater.
Okay. Mansi, read the third point beside.
Yes. Besides, some human included
Induced.
material
Not
induced,
included. Induced material.
induced materials is also found there. This includes sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemicals, plastics, etc. This waste prove hard
Hazard.
hazards to to the hydrosphere. These materials are extremely harmful to the marine life and its environment. Through the polluting components are less, their nuisance value is more.
Okay. Very good. So we finished the third lesson. Fourth lesson we have completed. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye and good night to both of you. Only two of them are there, Nidhi and Mansi. Others did not answer only. Okay? So, bye.
Bye, miss. Thank you,
Bye.
miss.
Bye.
You
Uh, somebody else left that meeting. I don't know who was that.